Thank you once again for making Locked On Cougars your first listen of the day. Appreciate all of you for being with us. If you have not signed up for the Locked On Cougars Insider Group, I would encourage you to do so. Just a little bit of an insight. I sent out an update to our Locked On Cougars Insider Group, and any of you who are members know I sent this out and said, hey, keep an eye on this. Per the people I'm talking to about the NBA draft, Jaeger Demon is expected to go between 8 and 13. And I listed 5 different teams that were interested in Jaeger Demon. The first of which, at number 8, the Brooklyn Nets. And guess who took him? The Brooklyn Nets. Just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Is that the right phrase? But hey, sign up for the Locked On Cougars Insider Group and get the inside scoop on all things BYU coming to your phone in the form of a text message. Link is in the show notes below, and join us. 14-day free trial, by the way, before you're charged a single penny, and just $5 a month to be a part of the Insiders Group. All right, let's finish up today's show and talk about Ryder Lyons. Now, the Ryder Lyons situation is obviously it's a massive, massive get for the BYU football program to have him in the fold because he is the best prospect, in my opinion, in BYU football history. I know that Ofa Mohetau was the highest rated back in 2002. It's been 22 years since BYU had a 24/7 sports composite 5-star player commit to the program. The other 5-star top shelf quarterback talents that have come through BYU, well, a lot of people are down on them because Ben Olsen, you look at the Jake Heap situation. I get why people are down on this. But the bigger debate that's kind of erupted is besides Ryder Lyons and his commitment to BYU being just absolutely incredible, because that's exactly what it is. It's absolutely incredible. I'm seeing some people in the chatter online about, hey, he's serving a 1-year mission. This has got to be a thing that the church is allowing. Okay, let me reiterate, talking to people who would know, we're talking directly from missionary, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints missionary department. Let's just put it that way. People who legitimately are in this every single day. Ryder Lyons is going to accept a 2-year call, and that's what it says in the call. It says you are anticipated to serve for 2 years if you're a male. It's 18 months if you're a female serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ. Now, he can decide at any point, as can literally anybody who serves a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ, to leave their mission at any time they want. Now, some people need to leave for different reasons. There's medical, mental health concerns, all kinds of different reasons, but it is an at-will situation. So let's make it very clear. You can pass this along to any Utah State, or any other fan across college football who is bagging on the fact that BYU is getting a supposed advantage by allowing a guy like Ryder Lyons to go on just a 1-year mission. It's not a thing. It is a 2-year call. He will decide if and when he decides to come home. His older brother, Walker Lyons, did accept a 2-year call to Oslo, Norway, and served 14 months. That is fact. It is truth. You can look at the record. It's what it is. I don't fault anybody for serving a mission. My mission, I can tell you, was absolutely life-changing for me. Not to get too deep into the weeds here, but I went to my 20-year high school reunion 2 weeks ago or something like that, and I had more than one person say, Jake, you were such a quiet individual in high school. I knew you knew what you knew about sports, but you were not as outspoken as you are on your podcast and your radio career and everything. And my direct response was, it's because of my mission in Taiwan. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, but it forced me to open my mouth and talk. And that's what I do for a living now, literally every single day. I can point back directly to my service in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, as the reason why I'm, in many respects, doing what I'm doing today. I love the fact that Ryder Lyons is giving up, whether it's 12 months, 14 months, or 24 months. I don't care how long he serves a mission for. The best part is he is putting forth a good example and being willing to step aside from God-given talent and a potential of being a starting quarterback for BYU as soon as next season to go and serve. Think about that. I don't get how people are bagging on this. It is absolutely incredible that a young man the caliber of Ryder Lyons is willing to serve for any length of time. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're serving when you go out into the mission field for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I don't mean to get too upset about this, but for the life of me, I don't get why this is an issue. He's going to serve a mission. This is a kid who people think maybe in 3 years' time, if he were really set on playing football right away, could be in the NFL draft in 3 years' time, before the end of the decade. But he's going to give up at least an entire year, a year of development, a year of working with trainers, throwing footballs every single day in the weight room, all that stuff. He's giving all of it up. So you know what? people that want to get upset about him serving a mission and want to say it's a supposed advantage, it's not an advantage. Trust me. I came home and I'm nowhere near the athlete. I can only dream of having like a pinky's worth of the talent that Ryder Lyons has. And I came home in far worse shape than when I left on my mission. And I was in okay shape. I was never going to play collegiate sports. I was never going to be a potential NFL draft pick. The fact that he's stepping aside for a year, don't bag on that. Either way, it's absolutely incredible that he's willing to give that up. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he accomplishes in a Cougar uniform. Speaking selfishly, I would love to see him on campus next year just because he's got this prodigious talent. And what could it mean for the BYU football program? Could it truly elevate them to Big 12 contender status? Could he become the guy that leads BYU to that promised land they hope to make in the college football playoff and have a chance to truly challenge for a national championship? Well, I'd like to see that, but guess what? He's given up a year of time, and I love the fact that he's willing to do so. I think it's a great example. I'm an active member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I know I have guys and gals out there who have been members of the church, former members, never been a member, and probably don't understand what he is doing. But guess what? I think it's an incredible example of his selflessness to go out and do what he's doing. So whether you think I'm crazy for even bringing up this topic, I've seen it erupt online. I've had plenty of conversations with people on social media and real life via text message and the like, trying to clarify what's going on. But my bigger overarching point is I love the fact that he's willing to step aside and go and do it. And I look forward to the day he arrives on BYU campus. Could it be that he ends up finding a situation when he arrives in Provo that the quarterback positions belonging to a Bear Bachmeyer and Enoch Watson, whoever it might be? That very well could be the case. But knowing what I know, people that know Ryder Lyons that pass along to me, he's completely unafraid of that. And he wouldn't be giving up the time to go on a mission if he felt like his potential of being the starting quarterback for BYU, living his dream of chasing big wins, titles and the like in college football, and then ultimately going to the NFL and being a draft pick at the NFL level. I think he's an absolute dog in that respect. He's got all the size. He's 6'2". He's built like a Mack truck. Look at those legs that kid's got. He's 225 pounds going into a senior year of high school football. It's absolutely incredible what a physical specimen he is. He's got an electric arm, live arm that can make every throw. He's got dual threat capability, and he has bought wholeheartedly into what BYU's doing. If you listen to or read what Dick Harmon wrote, he was up until 2 a.m. Ahead of his announcement on the Pat McAfee Show, and apparently barely slept a wink because they recorded his hit at 7 a.m. the following morning as he was going back and forth on his decision. Oregon was trying to entice him to, hey, flip his commitment. Guess what? It's awesome to see him being a BYU Cougar. And I, for one, I can't wait to see him whenever he shows up in Provo. Like I said, I don't care how long of a mission he's serving. That's his prerogative. It's his decision. Don't fault him for anything. In fact, praise him. I think most Cougar fans are praising the fact that he's going out and serving a mission. I welcome your feedback, but I think it's absolutely incredible how selfless he's being. And this may come off as sappy, but just knowing what a mission meant for me, knowing what missions meant for siblings of mine, friends of mine, and it means different things for different people. And some people have poor mission experiences. I can freely acknowledge that as well. But I love the fact that this is a kid who's willing to set aside an extremely lucrative opportunity when it comes to NIL and the like, but he's going to step aside for a year at least, and then come home and suit up for the BYU Cougars. I think it's a fantastic example. I wish him nothing but the best. And hey, from one former return missionary to a future missionary in Ryder Lyons, props to you, Ryder. All right, that's going to do it for today's edition of the podcast. As always, truthfully, thank you for all y'all's support. Please continue to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you'd like to advertise with us, reach out. LockedOnBYU@gmail.com is the email address. And as always, thank you for making Locked On Cougars your first listen of the day. And once again, thank you for being an everydayer right here on the Locked On Cougars podcast.